Hey.
You there with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I'm sorry. Something's going on with my Skype. It seems like every day I have a little hurdle I got to jump to get this fixed. So I'm going to let everybody know that you're back on now. Okay. Hold on.
Okay, and if everybody out there listening, I got bumped out of the chat, and I'm trying to use my original name, and it's not taking it, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. So I want to get back in there so I can chat with people and respond to their questions.
There you go. And what I usually do is if I see any in there, I'll ask you on air. So if you want to respond to them, just let me know. You can go ahead and respond to it. Okay, so I do apologize because it sounds like they didn't hear anything. So let's just go ahead and take it. Let's rewind back and take it from the beginning. Again, if you guys are out there listening, I'm sorry. Don't crucify me in the chat room. But okay, so let's take it back from the beginning. You get there and tell us what took place.
Well, my day started off at about 5 o'clock in the morning because I was actually the coordinator of our Liberty Kids Convention. Some of you may have seen some of that on the Daily Paul. So I was busy in there setting up the kids convention and taking care of babies and changing diapers and making sure we had all of our staff in place and helping the parents out that brought their kids in that needed care so they could come and serve as delegates. So I was real busy with that and actually almost missed the first vote because I was in there changing a little baby's diaper and they were yelling at me to get out there on the convention hall floor. So I missed some of the very, very early on, some of the drama and confusion that was going on. So I kind of came on the scene when the first ballots were going down, and there were it was just chaotic. I mean, nobody knew what the numbers were. It was just really insane. And my girlfriend, that I was sitting there, I think you're going to try to get on her on the line. She was really stressed out and people were just being hateful and, it kind of just started escalating from there. And of course, I know you've had Jake Peters and Quidasha and some of the other people online, over the past couple of days that have talked about, the voting and just going against the rules and all of that kind of stuff. But, the lady behind us was she was just the most vicious person I've ever met in my life. And I'd never seen her before. And I'll let Laura, if you're going to get her on, I'll let her speak to that more because she was the target of some of that. But after, the chair improperly adjourned the meeting, and my good friend Brady Wright, he had called for everyone to go to the parking lot so that we could reconvene and continue the party business that was not finished. I was on my way out of the convention hall, and of course the aisles, they were just jam packed with people. Everyone was trying to get out, and I'm walking, and this lady just hauls off and just punches me in my spine. And I just was just like, what in the world?
Okay, hold on. You're in just at your seat now. You said you're walking away.
We were leaving. It's when they had shut the lights off in the convention hall. They had pulled the divider walls. Just completely blocking a third of the delegation from the chair's view. And it just went into chaos at that point. And Brady had called for everyone to move to the parking lot, that wanted to finish the party business. So, my aisle of people got up, and we were all heading out to get to the parking lot so we could finish conducting business. And as I was in the aisle leaving the convention hall is when I was physically assaulted.
Okay, so the lights had cut back on at this point, right? They went off.
The lights had cut. They had just come back on, and everyone, it was like cows through a chute trying to get down those aisles and get out of this convention hall.
Okay, we're gonna get back to that. We're going to a break right now, so just hold that. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Dana.
All right.
I started out as a Ron Paul fan, just like you. And now I'm a full-time volunteer leader at our Ron Paul headquarters in Venice, California. It starts with the first thing you hear Ron Paul say that is different than all the other politicians and that you just happen to agree with 100%. Next, there's a point where you realize that you agree with everything he has to say, and then, well, what's next? If you live in Los Angeles, you're lucky enough to be near the heart of the grassroots campaign center we have at 1728 Abbott Kinney Boulevard, Suite 103 in Venice, California. We're between Washington and Venice Boulevard in a big green building with plenty of parking. We work and make high-priority phone calls from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week until Ron Paul is president, and we need you. Please check us out at our websites, ronpaullosangeles.com and lalibertyhq.org, and our Facebook group, LA Liberty HQ. You can also reach us at 414-248-PAUL. We're making a difference every day, investing our time to regain our freedom and liberty with Ron Paul. And one day our children will remember we stepped up to be part of the solution. Again, we're at LALibertyHQ.org, 1728 Abbott Kinney Boulevard, 424-248-PAUL, and we will see you soon.
Did you know that you could submit news to the Ron Paul Radio website? It's easy. Just go to ronpaulradio.com, and in the right-hand column, you'll find a bookmarklet. Just drag that to your favorites bar in your browser. Then, when you want to share a story, just highlight some text and click the bookmarklet to share it. An interface will pop up on your screen, allowing you to enter some information. Just save it and you're done. Help us help the revolution stay informed on the Ron Paul Radio Network.
We arrived in Vietnam in September the 14th.
We were fighting what was called the Viet Cong.
They broke through our lines and we had to go hand to hand with them.
I was actually one of the 9 out of 56 that came back after 1 whole year. And that's hard to forget.
We had 75 killed and 115 wounded.
Vietnam was hell.
We had never been thanked for our service. Never. Congressman Ron Paul got my medals for me and presented them to me. That was an awesome feeling.
People break down and cry because they're getting the medals that they finally deserved.
It takes a veteran to understand a veteran, and he is a veteran himself.
Ron Paul is a veteran's best friend.
He said, "Thank you for your service," and shook our hand and gave us a hug. That will always be there.
I'm Ron Paul, and I approve this message.
To choose the best